Good afternoon. How are you guys doing? I'm just up at the cottage doing a little training hikes. We have a very, very hilly area, and I'm definitely want to be as fit as I can before we get to our hiking trip, which is in about a week and a half. And looking forward to it. Back in the day, sorry about the shaky camera, but I'm hiking. So back in the day, there were times that Paul and I would go on some of these big rock climbing trips, and there would be like situations where you would have to hike in uphill, not rock climbing yet, just hiking it, trying to get to your climbs. And they're like 2.5 hour grueling. And we trained to climb, but we didn't train endurance and distance, which was a big mistake. Because the first time Paul and I tried to climb Mount Washington, and when I say climb Mount Washington, I'm not saying walking up a trail or walking up the road to do Mount Washington. There's little black flies or something around me. Gonna have to keep switching hands every once in a while. So we didn't train for that. Oh, that's what I was saying. When we climb Mount Washington, we literally would hike up to a spot where there was a 700-foot cliff, and then you would climb that. So you're hiking 700 feet of vertical climbing, and then you summit. And I think the whole trip, again, Paul and I bailed the first year that we attempted to do that, and then we talked the guys into doing it again. And we said this time we're going to train much better. So we definitely did all of our indoor rock climbing training, and then after the indoor rock climbing training, we did a lot of 99 steps, it's called. So there's a valley in Newmarket. I can't remember actually the name of the trail or anything, but we just call it the 99 steps because there's 99 steps down into a valley, and people go there to hockey train, and they run up and down these stairs. We go there, do the hike, and sometimes back in the day, we try to do the stairs like 7 times, 8 times. I think that was the most we ever did. And so learned my lesson. Again, the first year, Paul and I bailed 2.5 hours in. We got to the bottom of the 700-foot cliff. I was done, like 100% done. Well, I had to muster up. I went up to Paul. I'm like, dude, I could see that he was suffering too. Look at the sun. This is like so blotchy. Let's see if I can fix that. If I click and hold, it might be able to fix that problem, maybe. So I went to talk to Paul just before we started climbing, and we had brought all of our gear and everything. Look at the sun. So if I do, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, look at that, and it does it again. Dude, that's better. Composition, or exposure, that's right. So I told Paul, I'm like, dude, if you're done, if you're out, I'm out. And he's like, I'm out. Because I just had a sense that we both bit off more than we can chew on that first time we tried it. But again, the next year we trained hard and managed to do the 2.5 hour hike in, 700-foot climb. I can't remember how long it took to do the 700-foot climbing vertical. And then when you get to the top of that, you are still several kilometers away from the summit of Mount Washington. It's a very big steep hill here. You can't really tell. That's level. That's going down. Whew, heart rate going up. This is why I'm doing this. And so, like I said, needed practice. Plus I'm working in these new boots. Want to make sure that they don't blister up my feet. And so working them in, working this in, my legs, my lungs. Get off my glasses. And this is how I do it. I gotta do this every day. I need to do this every day. Should have done it yesterday. Got up to the cottage in plenty of time. But no, had to go down to the dock, relax, fish, have a beer, cook a flank steak, indulge. With flank steak and bacon. Fantastic. And I got it off the grill just in time. Any longer, I would have destroyed it. It would have been overcooked. And the best thing about flank steak, there's a thick side and a thin side. I always get the thick side because it's usually less cooked than Carol likes it. Carol definitely prefers like medium to medium well over rare to medium rare. This camera sucks, eh? This is the front facing camera so I can see what I'm shooting. And I don't think you can switch this camera around while you're shooting, which sucks. You can only you can do it while you're like doing a live show. So I don't understand why you can't flip it around and shoot the other way and then just turn the camera around to a nice wide angle lens. This is quite close. Wasn't thinking about vlogging today, but I thought I'd share with you that I'm exercising, drinking my water, having my electrolytes, eating my food, and training so that when we're doing 5 summits in September, and I don't want to be so out of shape like we have in the past. But last year we did pretty good. Again, I think one of the best things about last year was what did we do? Sorry guys, I'm like thinking about too many things at the same time. Last year we did, I think, 2 summits. No, we only did the one. We only did Giant Mountain. And then after Giant Mountain, just checking my time, after doing Giant Mountain, we went back to the room, or went back to our cabin, had dinner. Actually, I think we ate out, and then we went back to the cabin, had some beers, sat around, read about more trails and hikes and summits in the area. And I'm like, well, we did Giant Mountain, and that was rated difficult. And it was rated, let's say, out of a scale of 1 to 10. I don't think they're up to 10, but let's just call it a 7. So it's difficult, it's long, it's hard. And so when I was looking at other hikes in the area, summits, there was one where you could do 2 in a day, because you go up summit, go down a little bit, and up to another one in summit, and then you come back. And the best thing about that is that trip, usually our trips are just 1 summit, and then we go and do other stuff. But this last couple of years, we're trying to do 3 or 4 days there, and then do multiple summits per day, so that we're trying to get all of our badges. So in the Adirondacks, there are 46 peaks that are over 4,000 feet above sea level, and they're called the 46 peaks. And every time we summit one of them, we buy a badge, and that's kind of our trophy for doing that and succeeding. But right now I'm almost at an hour into my hike, and I've gone about 114 elevation, meters of elevation, and I'm at 5.5 kilometers. I need to do 2 more kilometers, and then that will be my 10,000 steps for the day. And so I'm now going down this very steep hill. And as you can see, the hill is rising behind me. And this is the steepest hill here. So that's good to get your heart rate going for sure. But this is a great road to practice and get your endurance up for the events that are unfolding before us. And it's going to be upon us in no time. And the last time, I can't remember what year, it must have been 2017 or 18, when the boys It was Paul, Marc-Andre, Matthew, and then Jim and his son, Jim Jr. Then it was me and Ben. And Matthew and Ben and Marc-Andre were like always like way ahead of us. And we're just trying our hardest to keep up to them. So that's why I'm training as hard as I can right now, just so that I'll be able to keep up to those young bucks. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you that piece of information, and also wanted to thank you guys very much for the amazing support I got in my last video called Sellout. And it's just heartwarming to know how many of you guys support me no matter what. And I appreciate every single one of you. I hearted every single one of your comments. Try to reply to everybody on there. And thank you. And that's pretty much all I can say to you guys, is how much I appreciate every single one of you watching my videos. And there were even people on there that I don't think ever commented before or even saw my video. They either saw the thumbnail on Twitter or X, as they call it now. They either saw it there or somewhere else, because I'd never seen them comment on my videos before. It is possible they just never have, and that video made them wanna say something. Anyway, guys, thanks, guys. You guys are amazing. I got a couple more kilometers to go, and then I'm gonna have some eggs or something. Talk to you guys later. Bye.